Okay. This was highly requested after my case. I had a court case on the 2nd of April. It was about something or other. I won the case, but I wrote down some notes and stuff which were interesting before the case and after the case. So let's get into that. I also have tarot cards, so let's review the tarot cards, and then I'll go through all my notes that I have. We have the Three of Cups in reverse, the Hierophant in reverse. I know a lot of tarot readers actually had these, but I actually had them for my court case, which was funny. We have the Eight of Swords in the upright. We have the Fool in reverse. We have the Justice in reverse. We have the King of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Ten of Wands. Death card in reverse. We have the Chariot in reverse. We have the Magician in reverse. We have the Six of Cups. We have the Four of Pentacles. We have the Five of Pentacles. We have the King of Wands. We have the Five of Swords. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the Six of Pentacles. And the Two of Wands in reverse. Then I have my oracle cards, and then I have more tarot cards. So we have Conscience. Cricket urges you to stop trying to follow the course of shoulds. You hear, instead, look forward and listen to your conscience. The Cricket. We have Cheerfulness. We have no walls are ever too high for the tiny chipmunk. Let him inspire you to embrace your sense of adventure and face new situations and with cheerful optimism. The chipmunk. Shine your light. You may feel like you're just an ordinary being, but when you shine your light, you glow joyful, extravagance, extrudiance for all the world to see. The extraordinary lightning bug. We have Earth. We have each season brings all new reasons to connect to Mother Earth. Observe nature with open eyes and a welcoming heart. Honor all the creatures, both heavenly and humble. The garter snake. We have Reflections. This decorative butterfly's wings are like tiny windows reflecting all the beauty it encounters and letting your words and actions be windows to the goodness in your heart. Glass wing butterfly. We have Progress, not perfection. Life isn't a race to the finish line. Pace yourself in advancing towards your goals. Sometimes the journey is its own reward. We have the Snail. We have Shine. Your bright choices prove that there's nothing ordinary about you. Show the world your wildest ideas and shine your brightest colors. Dare to dazzle. The Jewel Bug. We have Intuition. Your eyes and ears may not tell you the whole story. Trust your intuition to reveal your soul's reality. We have the Humming Moth. We have creation. Let the let the garden spider inspire you to manifest a life of creativity. Devote a small bit of time to each day to your vision. If you can dream it, you can weave it into reality. The garden spider. Determination. Every time you hear it, can't be done. You become more determined than ever to accomplish what you set out to do. Dare to defy expectations. The bumblebee. I find that really cool because of the decision I made before the case. True colors. Cast aside your inhibitions. Today is your day to don your wildest outfit. Make a bold statement. Show your true colors. We have the Harley Quinn beetle. There's stuff about the case I can't really say too much about, but it was interesting, and that's why all these cards came into play right before the case. I did a pull or a drawing with my favorite decks, so it helped me out just to get my nerves in order. We have good fortune. The ladybug is always a positive sign that good fortune is on its way to your doorstep. Open the door and invite her in. We have the ladybug. I had ladybugs all over my room after the case. I had to get them out somehow because I didn't want them dying in here. It's like 80 to 100 degrees in my room, and then it gets really cold at night, so I kind of put those in the hutch for my bug friends so they don't freeze to death. But that was really funny. All these animals were around me when I came home from that court case. We have miracles. May you always believe in the impossible and imagine the magical. Miracles are all around you. The hummingbird. We have wonder. This was really funny because I didn't see roly-poly bugs. I actually saw my millipede friend. I collect millipedes, and I usually put them in my box gardens outside because they have a little almost like a roach motel, but it's like a milk carton that I put their little snacks of food in there so they can sleep and not be disturbed by birds or anything. Allow yourself to have sheer delight seeing nature through the eyes of a child. Savor those simple moments of wonder, roly-poly bugs. And then I also saw a lunar moth before my case, the night before. Heightened perception. The moon illuminates your loftiest dreams and deepest desires. Listen to the fluttering of your own heartbeat. Trust the power of perception and to lead forward. We have the lunar moth. We have anticipation. A friendly frog is eager to jump at the opportunity that comes its way. We have the frog. We have lightness of being. We have may your burdens be few and your blessings be plentiful. And may you discover your own lightness of being. Let it lift you up in all you do. The blue morph butterfly. With my 2 attorneys I had, I have a family attorney. I was giving him premonitions, and I even predicted his birthday and what would happen on that day to a T. And I even brought him by a card for his birthday, and he never told me his birthday. So he never tells anybody his birthday. So when I did that, the other attorney was shocked shitless because nobody ever knows this guy's birthday or whatever, my attorney. And I've known this guy probably my entire life, and he was representing me in this case, and a few other cases that I've been in. And he was just astonished. He's like, "You're psychic?" I was like, "Not really, no. I just read cards." And I showed him my notes on this, And he's like, what does this have to do with the case? I said, I already know how the case is going to turn out by these cards. So he was a little astonished that I would know exactly what would happen. There was a few turns of events. There was a few things that were not expected on the spectrum. Um, and a lot of stuff I didn't request. My two attorneys knew my intention of why I went through the trial, and the fact that the other side thought I was guilty of it because of other things. But I told my lawyer that I'm not guilty, and here's why. I already know what the evidence is going to look like. Because you don't weave your reality without some form of consciousness in what you're doing. Now, I'm going to read the rest of my cards. It's mostly divine feminines and my David Bowie cards. So just give me a second. I got really sick after the case because there were some things said by one of the witnesses of the prosecution that didn't qualify her as a good enough witness. So it made me sick, really. Like my stomach turns when something just comes out of like the blue. Like I already know it's gonna happen. I'm not new to the game, but it's just like some things hit me in a different way than they were intended to. So it was a weird case. I walked in there and it was just like we were waiting around for a long time because we did have a few cases that were lacking either people in the case or at certain points information. But with my case, it was all cut and dry. The judge had the information, I had the information, and my two lawyers had the information. The only thing me and the prosecution were really waiting on was who would be representing the prosecution. And the DA kind of went through the whole spiel with the defense, which was my team. It was weird, but I'll get more into that in a minute. Let's get into my Bowie cards. I'm here trying to like stagnate my card reading because I wasn't sure if I was gonna sneeze or cough. It's kind of like a weird thing. I have a fever too, so I'm trying to do this so I can get to what I need to in this. We have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, it's a sneeze. Ooh, pleasure. Two of Swords. We have the Ten of Cups in reverse. We have the Queen of Wands in reverse. That reminds me of the prosecution. They were just, I don't know. There was a lot of inconsistencies. And, like, the Queen of Wands usually is, like, really poised, knows where they are, and, like, stuff like that. And this person was just totally, like, off. I don't know how else to say it. It was just like a clown in class, you know? And it's like a distraction, but it, like, you don't know why it's a distraction. It's weird. And then you have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands kind of gives you, you know, monkey wrench type of thing. Like, you're gonna be told something or you're gonna get something. But with this, literally, this is the defense card. Which I thought it was really funny because with cards, they're more exact than you may think. The Nine of Wands is always going to be the defense. So if you're doing a trial and you have the Nine of Wands, that means that the defense is going to be the purveyors. If you get the 6. I think it's the 6 of Wands. It would be in favor of the other side. But I don't really have that. I have the first cards, which are all over the place. And then I have this one. So, yeah. 9 of Wands was in favor of the defense. So, yeah. Alright, we have the female cards. And I might go into the part 2 without really saying too much about the trial, but I anticipated that. I just wanted the cards out. So I'll do a part 2 if it cuts off really fast. Don't worry about it. Alright, we have the Mother of Believers. I am a spiritual and financial abundance. I prove heaven and earth for myself. Provide heaven and earth. My dyslexia is bad today. The enlightened female. My gut instinct is wise beyond reason. I trust my intuition to guide me. We have the Queen of Heaven and Earth. I have nothing to hide and see and accept all that I am. That was me all day yesterday. A few days ago, I was like I don't really see difficulty in this. Okay, the Prophetess of True Power. I call my power back from all times and all places. I am my own. I think the Leo energy was fun. The Warrior Saint. I am a warrior of love and devotion, attracts resources and support. Lilith, the First Woman. I am the voice and body and soul. I choose the life that I deserve to live. A saint of true freedom. Love is what sets me free. I am married to my own soul. We have the White Buffalo Calf Woman. The Prophetess of the Sacred Way. My heart is a compass. My path is love and true abundance. Okay. The Goddess of Abundance. I choose to feel abundant. Wealth is an inside job. We have Isis, the Goddess of Magic. Sexual energy is sacred. My pleasure is a prayer and brings me back to life. We have the Mystic of the Divine Love. Love is divine and I am nothing except love. We have the Pope Joan, the Prophetess of Possibilities. The possibilities are limitless because the soul is limitless. Okay, we have the Lady of the Lotus Born. We have embodiment is the deepest bliss. My body was made for enlightenment. Okay. So, I'm going to read my review of the case. And like with the prosecution, we had a cop. We had a lady I've never seen before. She claims that she lives in my neighborhood and she saw some things. But with the evidence, it was like a video. She couldn't place herself there. The judge believed that the person that took the signs in the video was her because I stand 5'2". This lady was probably way past 5'2". And in the video, it looks like somebody was much taller than I was, and they just placed things over my fence, which is about 6 foot something or other. It's about 7 feet, if I remember correctly. I had the stuff in my hand that said it was like 7.2 feet, and somebody was just like placing stuff over my fence. And my mother knows that I am the shortest one in my family. I stand 5'2". I've been 5'2" since the 3rd grade. Everybody knows I'm 5'2". This police officer claimed to see my driver's license, which I have never had a driver's license, I'll be honest with you. I've had a learner's permit, and I've had like a NASCAR driving school tag, but I have never had a full-fledged driver's license. Um, I was I did take driving lessons from my ex-boyfriend that worked for NASCAR. So, like, I knew I didn't have a driver's license. There was no way. Like, I had a tag to get into, like, the NASCAR speedway, and I had, like, road slicks on the car all the time, so I'd be slipping and sliding, and it was fun. But I never, like, had the time to get my driver's license. So, like, you forget, like, certain signs, and you stop, like, driving, so you don't know how the feel of the car is and all that stuff. So I knew I didn't have a driver's license. I kind of have like a federal license, and then I have like a state ID. But at the time, no, I didn't have a driver's license. So he was talking out of his ass, like he racially profiled me through their profiling machine and all this shit. Like I was the one that did it. And at the time, and the date, I knew myself to be elsewhere, so I had that alibi to be elsewhere. I usually go to like art shows and art studios and stuff like that, and at this point in time, I was making my own artwork, so naturally I was at like Hobby Lobby getting supplies. I was at some other discount place that sold art supplies, and at Michael's, the guitar store, of course, and um, at Buffalo Wild Wings. Um, with my family, since we're like close knit family between my mother and my brother, usually all three of us will go outside at the same time, or two of us will go out at the same time. And it's like, it's the luck of 12 because 1 and 2, and that's how like far apart we are as a family when we're outside or whatever, but we're pretty close knit. Like it's kind of like how my mom describes it as like alligators and snapping turtles, like they're within the same range and they like commute together. So my mom says that we were in like crocodile formation or alligator formation. That's what it means. It means like she knew where we are and she knew where she was. But my side of the defense never testified because we couldn't qualify the prosecution. But before the case, the prosecution, the plaintiffs, actually offered us a plea deal. You say you did it, you plead guilty, and then we'll re-enter the scenario in 6 months. Now, in my case, there was certain things that needed to be put on record. Okay, I didn't care about prosecution. I didn't care if I got brought up on whatever. I would write it out. Like, that's what I had told the prosecution side from the word go when they put me in like prison or whatever, and I saw horrific things in prison. But yeah, I already knew I was going to trial. They would have had to give me a lot of fucking money not to. Like a lot of money, like significantly, like tax brackets would change money. But I knew I had to go into trial. It didn't matter what the prosecution was offering us. So I told my two attorneys I had, and I was like, we're going into this no matter what. And with one of my attorneys, he left. He didn't leave the building, but he left the eye line side of the judge. Let's put it to you that way. So I have two attorneys, both of them hired by me, both of them paid. One of them had other situations to attend to for me, and the other one was there for the prosecution's side quest. Let's put it to you that way. The the attorney that left was clearing my record. He had to go to appeals before it closed. The attorney that stayed with me was my family attorney. I've known this gentleman since like my parents' divorce when I was about 11 years old. I know him pretty well, know everything about him except for his birthday, like I've said before. But like he was a little apprehensive, and he's like, I understand that you know the future of this case, and I know that you have information that you're gonna go in there with. They're gonna throw the book at you if you do testify. I said, I don't care if we testify all day, all night. We have a continuance based on the trial itself. Now, I had information, I had things I needed to be put on record. I didn't have time to explain why exactly what was going on. So the last minute evidence that was submitted took a while to go through because the judge had to look over it, so then it wouldn't be like derogatory to the other side or whatever. It was information. It wasn't like I was prosecuting the other side for anything. I thought it was funny. But like, you had to put in certain things for the judge to look at it and be like, whoa. But me and my attorneys did a lot of research. So the first thing is we had was the plaintiffs, which would be the prosecution, were questioned by my attorney why the plea deal was being offered, because I didn't request one, he didn't request one, nobody requested one. It was like they were hiding information, and we got a lot of information out of a police officer that was a part of the prosecution. The cop had a moment where he said that he saw my driver's license, he went through this, that, and the other thing. He tried to call us, he tried to do this, he tried to do that. And on that day, I was elsewhere. I had my alibi, and I showed my attorney, he showed the judge. The judge, sustained, marked out of existence on his little tangent he was going on, because I didn't have time for that shit. I mean, I didn't have time for talking. That's bullshit. So he even admitted at one point or another, after his second lie and a half, that he was told to say this. So he purged himself. The judge kind of looked at him. She was a lovely judge, but she looked at him like he did the worst thing ever by purging himself and saying things that he had no rights to, like, just, basically he said he racially profiled me. He used like a profiling machine and all that, and like found out that I